a few minutes for everything else to catch up. And I think I'm good to go on every other platform. So a few people are coming in. So thank you. Welcome for joining. But anyway, for those of you that are coming in as we're preparing to go live, I was supposed to go live an hour ago, just a kind of a quick lesson. Everything crashed in the middle of going live. So that's one of the things that as a business owner, you have to be prepared for whatever. And things happen, technology happens, and I'm used to this. Anybody that's involved in online media just have to be prepared to just go with it and get going. So, but anyway, thank you for joining. I won't keep you long here today, but I wanted to talk about 10 strategies for growth that you should be engaged in right now as a business owner or a potential business owner. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kim Walker. I am the founder and consultant with Gabalot Consulting. I help business owners start businesses as well as established businesses find clarity in their business. And so one of the things that I want to do, I'm not really a person who's into numbers, but I thought 22 would be an easy number for myself to remember. And I wanted to start at 2:00. So I was trying to get it all perfect, but that's one of the first lessons. Just do it. I want perfection, but sometimes perfection is just not achievable, but just get it done. And so even though with an hour later and having to troubleshoot and my computer literally crashing almost, and taking an hour to reboot, we're going for it. And I just wanted to just, stop by and just tell you a few of those strategies, if you will. One of the things I guess I need to kind of talk about why I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship. I think one of the things that we have to remember is, especially over the past 2 years, how crazy things have been. People are overwhelmed. We are all just over this thing. I'm not even going to name it because we hear too much about it in the news every day. We're just over it, okay? But at the same time, I think it's also a very important lesson that we have to crisis-proof whatever endeavors we engage in, whether it's our finances, whether it's our jobs, whether it's our homes. You've got to, get your cars and homes ready for storms. This is a storm. It will pass. Maybe not soon enough, but it will pass. And we just have to crisis proof our lives. And if there's any lesson, I'll start with there. But I just wanted to share with you for just a few moments that I have with you for those of you there that are turning in. And thank you so much for those that are turning in. I am using Restream on my other platforms. So if you wanted to have a question or a comment, give Restream the permission to show your name. If not, you can stay anonymous, and I will be looking for questions and comments as I go along as well. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to just start with the 10 strategies. The first strategy is get started. Start somewhere. Just do it. Get out of your brain and stop worrying about what others are going to think, because people are going to think and judge you anyway. Again, I could have just said, hey, I'm not going to do this live because my technology is failing. But, I'm not that kind of person. If I am determined to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to get out of my own way and get out of my own comfort zone and not really worry about what people are going to say and go forward and do it. And that's what I did. For a long time, I had this vision of being a business owner really some 15, almost 20 years ago. Didn't really know how that was going to look. Hadn't fully fleshed out the vision, if you will. But once I made this decision, I'm now 4 years into this, celebrating 4. I began my business in February 2018. So I'm happy 4 years into 2022. It has been, there have been some ups, so there have been some downs, but I tell you, I would not take anything from it. It's been the greatest freedom, if I could say that I've had in my life. And one of the things that I'm really happy about and passionate about is that it's very important that we leverage what I call resource development, that we take the resources that are given unto us and making sure that we can develop them to our advantage to build legacies, to build our communities, to build our financial wealth and stability, all of that across the board. And so if there is any theme to this particular training today, it is resource development. And for me, as I see it, in terms of my lane, along with ministry, an extension of my ministry, for those of you that know that I am a minister, resource development is very important, and entrepreneurship is the lane that I've chosen. So when I tell you the first strategy is to start somewhere, I mean just that. Start somewhere. Start where you are. Start right now. Start today. Some of you have been sitting on these things and these visions and these thoughts in your brains for years, to be honest, because you know why I know that? Because I am you. I was that person. Some of you have made New Year's resolutions, and that's great too. And here it is. It's already February, and where have you even started? I want to ask, have you even started on those plans to start a business or start some type of project? Or, for those of you who are trying to start nonprofits or ministries, have you even made any headway on that? So I want to just kind of really get in your grill today and say, start, just start, begin somewhere, get these thoughts out of your brain and go for it. Now, number 2, I want you to set a goal. I want you to kind of think about the end in mind. It doesn't matter whether or not you have everything mapped out. See, if you're like me, you want everything perfect. You want everything mapped out. You want to be sure. And sometimes you just got to, there are certain things that are beyond your control, and you just got to go for it. But you must start with a goal, and we'll start with the end in mind. It is absolutely necessary. So, for example, if you are thinking about this entrepreneurial journey, if $10,000 a month is a goal for you, make that goal. If 20,000, whatever your goal is, give it a number, give it a tangible outcome or output that that is first doable, but also that it challenges you to go outside of your comfort zone. Okay. So make sure that you start with a goal in mind. And in my goals planning workshop, I talk about how to make SMART goals. But for them right now, I just want you to make one. I want you to make a goal that it's unique to you, but go forth and do what you need to do to make that happen. Now, once you make that goal, you've got to work your plan. My dad used to always say, Kim, what's your plan? What is it that you're trying to do? And so once you have a goal, you got to have a plan in order to meet that particular goal. Keep it simple for now. Don't try to do all the things. Don't try to make it expansive. Don't try to perfect your 50-page business plan before you actually start a business. Simplify this process, because what happens is we go down these rabbit holes and we get caught up in trying to make sure that everything is in line and everything is perfect and everything is by the textbook and everything is by whatever guru you're following for the moment. And you get so far into your head and into your tangents and rabbit holes that you go down that you never really see any progress. You don't sell a product, you don't sell a service, you don't put yourself out there, you don't start that ministry, you don't start that project that you've been trying to get underway. Make a plan, keep it simple, just enough to move it forward, okay? So number 1, start. Number 2, set a goal. Number 3, make a plan. And so number 4, you want to start with one product or service that you can deliver on. One product or service. What do I mean? Well, what do we know? And I'm going to use fast food analogies, although I've kind of phased away from fast food analogies. I don't trust them anymore, but well, let me not say that. I'm laughing in these spaces. But anyway, I don't necessarily eat a lot of fast food. But we know that McDonald's is known for the Big Mac. Burger King is known for its Whopper. Chick-fil-A is known for the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And then all of the other people have a signature item that they are known for. When you are starting out your business, perfect that signature item, service that you want to be known for. Now, you can branch off and you can create a multitude of products and services that you want to for your business. However, focus on making sure you're good at one thing. Don't be a jack of all trades or jack or Jane of all trades and then be a man. Perfect that thing that you are good at. Perfect that thing that you can deliver on, and you can do so with a high level of excellence in customer service. And that's just in the beginning. Once you got some leverage, and then you've got some experience and some data under your belt, then you can begin to expand. But make sure you're good at that very thing that makes you different, or that signature goal, or something. So that signature product or service that you're good at. Then number 5, get to know your customer. Who are you talking to? Who is this message for? Now, in my example, I'm talking to people who are trying to start businesses. I'm talking to people who are probably within 5 to 10 years of retirement age. I'm talking to people, both men and women. Some coaches work with both exclusively men, some work with exclusively women. I work with whoever comes to me with a goal in mind and ready to work. Who cares about entrepreneurship, who cares about Black excellence, who's not caught up in what people think, who has a sense of urgency because they're about legacy building, they're about resource development in their communities, they're about leveling up not only their families, but also the communities from which they reside. And so these are the people that I'm talking to. These are the people that I want to work with. These are my primary customers that I deal with. I also work with organizations as well, but that's a different thing. I'm talking to individuals right now who are basically stuck in their process, stuck in their ideas, and looking for a way to move forward. You are the people that I want to talk to. I want to talk to the procrastinators. I want to talk to the people who, are stuck in their process. I want to talk to you. You're my people, because one of the things that, I've been able to do is that I've been able to help people who can't get outside of themselves. Sometimes when we have these projects and these ideas, they're too close to us. And so we don't see the blind spots that, and the stumbling blocks and the obstacles in our way. But someone more emotionally tied to that business or that project or that ministry can see the blind spots, can see the stumbles, can see the strengths and the weaknesses, and where you may need to redirect your resources and redirect also your priorities. So those are the folks that I want to help, and those are the people who strive to move forward in their agendas. And so number 6, decide how and where you're going to sell. Right now, if you are a brick and mortar business, I'm probably not your person. If you're a brick and mortar person, I'm more concerned with the online space. I'm more concerned with persons who are trying to do a hybrid model. For example, you are maybe, or it's something that you have to do in a physical location, but you need the access of online delivery methods in order to get your resources and to get your products and services out to a greater market. So an online business, either in a hybrid space, or you may be a brick and mortar business or traditional business that's looking to leverage the online presence. Listen, folks, I just checked, I think the other day, 7.9 billion, 8 billion with a B, people on the planet. And regardless of where you are in the world, most of these people, even in the most remote parts, as long as there is some type of access or some type of internet access, are leveraging social media platforms. We are seeing this every single day. People are getting on in remote parts of the world, all over the world, and you have an audience of the world. Now, your product and your service and your business is not going to be for the world. It's going to be for a segment of that population. But I'm just trying to get us to think beyond what we can see or think. Okay? And so if you're looking for a means of getting out your business to a greater audience, I want to help you utilize social media and online channels to do so. So number 4, 5, and 6, focus on one product or service in the beginning, get to know your target customer, really put a face to them. I'm serious. Think about their age, think about where they live, what they desire, what they want. And I give my avatars a name. I call them avatars. I give them actual names, and when I'm thinking about them, but get to know your customer, or think about your target customer in that way, is a person with a name and face. And then number 6, decide and how you're going to sell it. Number 7, I know, Facebook is transitioned into Meta, and the metaverse is still going to keep the brand names of Instagram and Facebook, but remember last fall when everything kind of crashed a couple of days, locked in for an hour and thought it was just my system. And then until the next day when I realized for the news, the platform pretty much had changed. I knew at that point, because there was such a mass outage, there was some type of, there was something they were working on. There was going to be a mass algorithm change, or there was going to be something. I didn't know that they were going to actually rebrand itself. But I knew something was going to happen, because within a couple of days of that, I noticed it even in my data and my analytics that things had changed. So what am I saying? We don't own those social media platforms. We don't own them. We simply leverage them. Gone are the days where you can just put your stuff in the universe and everybody and all of your followers and friends or whatever medium is going to see it. It's gotten to be a pay to play system now. And so organic reach is much more difficult. There are some platforms like TikTok and some newer platforms that are still leveraging a lot of viral ability. However, for the most part, about 10% of your followers even see your stuff. So what does that mean? It means that either you're going to have to be consistent in your approach to posting and leveraging those social media platforms, or you're going to have to use some type of paid advertising. Okay, and I will talk about that in just a minute. So, but the main thing is, in order to find your tribe within the 8 billion, you've got to have a dedicated audience. Most of the gurus call it your 1,000 true fans. You can build a business off 1,000 folks who are dedicated to buying your products and services. Now, how do you engage with them? Guess what? Believe it or not, even though it can be bothersome, we're going back to email. Well, some of us never left, but you really are going back to email. Your email list is really the thing that you own and leverage. If all of these platforms decide to shut down tomorrow, you should have somewhere an email list of people that you can be able to contact, either in your phone or on your computer or on your iPad, whatever. Your email list really is going to be like your CRM, your customer relationship manager. And so get as many people as you can on your email list. Believe it or not, that is what we're going back to. We never left it. And here's the thing. Don't get mad because somebody unsubscribes from your list. Maybe they're not your part of your fan club. And it's okay. Maybe they don't need the products or services that you're buying. It's okay. But what you're trying to do is make sure that you have a dedicated audience that you can talk to, that you can leverage, and that you can communicate with to push your business forward. And some people, you get to decide how you want to leverage that email list. If you want to send it once a month, but just be transparent and don't be spammy and to people, and just be clear. But if people give you that email list, use it in such a way that you value their time and you value their commitment for doing that exchange. Since I spend a lot of time talking about social media, focus on one. Now you can be in all the places if you've got the time, if you've got the bandwidth, if you've got the help, if you have a social media manager, maybe if it's just you, if you're a solopreneur or a freelancer or someone, maybe maybe it's a son or daughter that's doing your social media, whatever the case may be. Focus on one medium where your customers hang out. Go where they will buy. And also go with the medium that is comfortable for you. If and it works. If you want to get on, and I won't name the competitor because I'm not on that network, but if you want to get on and dance and create a dancing video, fine. If that is a part of what you like to do, fine, go for it. However, you should be concentrating on the social medium that your customers engage with and are more likely to buy your product or service. So at the beginning, before you expand and be in all the places, focus on that one medium where you know your customers are going to be. And then number 9, get on video. Now, I was determined today, so everything I'm telling you all are things that I am implementing or have already implemented in my business. I've been somewhat reluctant to get on video a lot, only because of scheduling, not necessarily that I'm uncomfortable with video, but because I have to be on so many video platforms, throughout my life. But in terms of my business, I've been somewhat hesitant or just haven't prioritized that. Get on video. If you want to see some improvement in how these social media algorithms work in your favor, it's a video world. Video is running everything. Think about how much you spend looking at folks dancing, looking at people who are entertaining you, people looking at babies and looking at animals and looking at travel videos or whatever your interests are on social media, whatever takes up your time and your scrolling time. What are you looking at? Most of the time, you're looking at video. Video is here to stay. Video is not going anywhere. And so you might as well leverage that opportunity to go for it. Now, look at what even YouTube and some of your other platforms are doing. Our attention spans are short. We're pulled this place and that place. We don't have a whole lot of time. Short form video is what's going to make the difference in your business. I'm telling you now. So whether that be a reel or that be some type of short, I'm doing a little bit of a longer live today, just because I just need to get out this information, and especially for trainings, though that longer time is appropriate. But simply to get your messaging out, you really want to look at short form video, because people have about 30 seconds to give you, and if they decide they're going to deal with you. So you need to looking at making promotional videos, and again, you can leverage how they look. If you want, it depends on how you want your brand to look. If dancing works for your brand, cool, then dance all you want to. But if you want to look, you can use any type of video, whether it's a speaking video or music, or, there's just lots of ways that you can leverage video. But really, you've got about a minute to get folks' attention, okay? And then finally, I want to tell you that keep it real and be yourself, be your authentic self in these spaces. Don't worry about trying to compare or copy anybody, because even if you're in the same market, or even if you're in the same industry, or if you're doing, the same type of work, the difference maker is really going to be you. It's the spin you put on it. It's the spin. It's the secret sauce. Okay. The secret sauce. It's your individual, unique self that you bring to that endeavor. And so if people are looking for, we got a lot of spammers out here. I'm so sick of robocalls and people jumping in my DMs who I don't know, but that's okay. We have to kind of wade through the noise, deal with the people who are out here trying to spam and trying to get our attention and divert our ways into harmful ways, sift through the noise. Your customer is waiting to hear from you, your authentic customer. Now, so let me just kind of wrap up the 10 strategies, and then I want to kind of transition into how you can work with me if you so desire to work with me. I've determined that I'm going to do number 9, get on video more. And that's one of the things I'm challenging myself to do. But again, just to recap our 10 strategies, start somewhere, start where you are. Don't overthink it, set a goal. Number 2, create your plan. Number 3, and keep it simple. Number 4, focus on one product or service in the beginning. Get to know your customer. Be very strategic about who they are and very specific about who they are, considering their wants and needs. Number 6, decide how you are going to sell and where. Again, I encourage you to use this online space and tap into that 8 billion. Number 7, grow your email list, because that is going to be the beginning of your CRM. That's going to be those are going to be your group of customers, your 1,000 true fans, your tribe. Number 8, go with one social medium in the beginning before you expand, or at least get good at one, get some leverage at one. And then once you can really get some growth on one particular medium that you're most comfortable with and where your customers hang out, then you can leverage all the things and go elsewhere. Get on video. I was determined. My computer didn't want me to be great today, but I was determined to get on video and practice what I preach, and be yourself and keep it real and authentic. Now, if you want to work with me, I have been for the last 6 months really kind of in hibernation and revamping my whole process. Gone are the days where I simply accept anybody that comes. You have to apply to work with me now, because it's gotten to the point where I have to leverage my time and business towards people who are serious. I'm going to give you, I don't want to branch off to this because I'll do this in another one, but I'm going to give you just kind of this one customer beware type of, there are people out here who are just going to be, oh yeah, I'm so excited, I want to work with you. Yeah, I got my grow business. And then they reach out to you. Make sure that you have a process for onboarding people and getting people involved. Because people always start with, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then when you send them the invoice, crickets. You have to create a process to get people onboarded and ready to go before you do all this work and go all down this rabbit hole. So with me, I have an application process for my coaching programs, and I'm getting ready to launch a coaching program. So that's part of the reason why, not the only reason, but part of the reason why I came forward. So if you go to my website at Gabalot, again, that's Gabalot, Gabalot.net, then you can go get on my email list. You can subscribe to my mailing list. Remember, I said get an email list, and you can. I've got 3 different forms on my website, and you can decide what you want. If you're interested in my coaching program that's going to be launching a little bit later, get on my email list. Just get on my email list, and I will reach out to you from there. If you need help simply with goal planning and getting organized, I teach a weekly goal planning session that you can enroll in, and it is $22. And I normally teach it, that particular course, for more than that, but I made it 22 just to align with 22, and because I want people to kind of get themselves organized. If you don't get yourself organized for this journey, you're going to find yourself, number one, burned out. You're going to find yourself not fulfilling your goals. You're going to find yourself not finding your tribe and finding your 1,000 true fans or your true customers. So you've got to get organized and have a plan. And so I do teach a course on that. It's an hour-long course, hour and a half long course to get you ready and up and running so that you can be organized for this journey. I also teach, and this is kind of my Big Mac, my big whopper, is the Build a Business Accelerator. I have streamlined the course. Normally I would teach that over 4 weeks, but I've just streamlined into, it's an introductory course for those of you who are starting on the journey. 4 days. I've taken it from 4 weeks to 4 days. But listen, it is not 4 days of fooling around. you've got to do some pre-work. You've got to look at the videos. You've got to go forth with the checklist. You've got to move ahead and move forward with the work that we're trying to do. Because again, what did I tell you in the beginning? Entrepreneurship is an extension of my ministry, and I am interested in resource development. So if you are ready to work, you have a sense of urgency, you want to work on leveraging your resources for your family, for your legacy, however you want to do it, getting ready for retirement, whatever your motive and your why is, then you are the people that I'm interested in working with. And I hope that you will get on board. Again, go to my website, Gabalot. That's Gabalot, Gabalot.net. Go to my website now. While you're on this live with me, you can also just go ahead and I'll look and see. I don't know if I have questions. I didn't see anybody popping in. I don't know who's listening live. But if you are listening to this as a replay, send me a comment, send me a DM. I do answer my DMs. I wade through the noise. I don't worry about the spammers and the folks who are trying to ask for, some money to get them overseas. Don't worry about those folk. The 90-day fiancés, don't worry about those folk either, because I'm trying to get to the people that really need my help and want my help. So that is all I had for you to say today. But again, what's your call to action? Go to my website, get on my email list so that I can keep in contact with you. Take advantage of my courses, as I will be unveiling and rolling out courses throughout the year. And I've got another big announcement. I'm not quite ready yet. I'm still doing all the tests. So hopefully I don't have what happened today. But hey, you just got to be ready to roll with it and go for it. But if you are looking to work with me on an individual basis, again, you need to apply. If you are on my social media, you can also go to my links, which is my.bio, which is basically my.bio /Gabalot. If you go there, you can see all the things. Look and see if there's anything of interest to you. And I want to just thank you all so much for joining me today. And I look forward to engaging with you like this again. And if you are interested in working with me, please do so. And that is all that I have for today. Make it a great day. Let's go ahead and do what we need to do. And do that thing, as in the words of Dr. Katie Geneva Cannon. Do the work that your soul must have. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.